VTubers! A topic near and dear to this channel's heart, and likely yours if you're watching this video, but every so often there comes a time that we are all reminded that VTubers are people too. That as much fun as we all have with it, with as much joy as they bring us, that for them it is still a job. And as with all jobs, for one reason or another, eventually it's time to move on. And so with the recent announcements of the graduations of Nanashi Mumei and Gawr Gura, I wanted to use this as my way of celebrating them one more time, to say thank you for everything that they've done, and to give us all something to help see them off to bigger and better things, whatever they may be. And in my attempt to not make any one part of this video too sad, let's handle two quick matters of business. Number one, new lights. It's a lot brighter in here, which is nice for me as the one in the room, but I don't know if you all like it more on camera, so let me know if you think I should go back to the old lights. They're over there, I can put them back up. But like this one back here is a lot brighter and it looks a lot nicer now, so let me know. Number two, if the first half of this video looks in any way different from the second half, that's because I lost half the footage to my first recording. I don't know how it happened, it was probably my fault, but it was all gone. The whole Mumei section, still there. I don't know how it happened, but it did. So here I am, re-recording it. As such, when making this first drink, I'm just gonna reuse some of the old footage from my phone. So if you notice any continuity issues between this shot and that one, get over it. Now then, since I've already done all this, please excuse me if I seem a little antsy to just get into this first drink. It is hard to understate the importance of Gawr Gura on VTubing. I think that is a fair thing to say. And while this all was on my mind the first time I recorded this video, it's hard not to think that it was almost kind of fate that I'm being forced to re-record this, because it was while I was first recording this video that Gura dropped Ash again. And first of all, beautiful song. She and Casey Edwards absolutely killed it. It is gorgeous, it is evocative, it is powerful, and it is clear in what it is saying. And as such, as annoyed as I was this morning realizing the footage was gone, I am now thankful that I am getting this chance to choose my words more carefully. Gura was the face of VTubing in the West. She was in commercials, she was singing at Dodger Stadium. She was the VTuber that people who didn't know VTubers knew. She is the reason that so many people got into VTubing. And for that, we all owe her a massive debt of gratitude, because that has to be hard. It is a massive pressure that a vast majority of us will never experience, let alone even understand. It is the perfect example of why we need to remember that our favorite anime idol streamers are still real people. Thus, I want to state clearly that when I say thank you, Gura, I am speaking to the person behind the mask. Because as much as you might like a design, you would not love a VTuber if it weren't for the real human being behind it. And I'm sorry, I know I just said I'd try not to make any one part of this video too sad, but this is just a topic that has always been very important to me, and this was the perfect opportunity to talk about it. So, to poorly and rapidly pivot away, alcohol! The obvious drink to do for Gura would be a drink called the Blue Shark. Duh! Which consists of tequila, vodka, and blue curacao. But that'd be too easy. I want to make something more interesting. So since blue curacao is just another orange liqueur like triple sec, and we already have tequila, why not take some inspiration from elsewhere and make kind of a blue shark margarita? Which is basically just to say a margarita, but extra strong and blue. And also there's grenadine in it. We're gonna get there, it's fine. If it feels like I'm speed running this recipe, again, it's because I already did it, and I kind of just want to drink it again. So, get some ice in here. Now taking some measurements more from the blue shark side of things, we're gonna do 1.5 ounces of tequila, 1.5 ounces of vodka. Now a blue shark would only use half an ounce of blue curacao, but we are doing a margarita, so we are gonna do 3/4 of an ounce of blue curacao. Wouldn't be a margarita without 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. And now, this is a known thing, I like my margaritas very simple, very dry, so I'm only gonna do about a bar spoon of agave. Plus, at the end, we're putting more sweetness into it, so this'll be enough. Give it a shake. Now, I'm gonna salt my rim here. It kind of looks like shark teeth, like a shark mouth, right? No? Just me? Okay. Pour this in. Watch all the salt fall off. Go get more ice so it looks more full. Now around summertime, a lot of chain restaurants like to have shark-themed cocktails, which are just very blue sugary drinks that often come with a little plastic shark full of grenadine, so that you can pour it in and it looks like there's blood in the water and it looks really cool. And I'm not gonna pretend like I'm above doing that. Plus it'll be fitting because we're gonna float the grenadine so it'll go down to the bottom and then it'll look like Reflect with the blue on the top and the red on the bottom. You get the point. We're just gonna pour in a little grenadine. I kind of overdid it the first time, so I wanted to be a lot more careful on this one. We'll garnish it with a little lime wedge. And there you have your Gawr Gura, aka your Sharkarita, your Margarita. I don't fucking know. Okay. Hey, shocker, it's still good. I got a lot of salt on that one though. That's just a good margarita. It is gonna be a little sweeter than your typical classic margarita because triple sec means dry in French. So triple sec's a bit drier and not as sweet as the blue Curacao. So that's just putting a little bit of sugar in there, plus the grenadine. That really sweetens it up when you get to the bottom. I'm not unhappy about getting to drink this again, because it's just a good margarita. I don't know what to tell you. As you will see in the second half, I might have enjoyed it last time a little too quickly. We'll try to pace ourselves. I make no promises though. There's not a ton for me to say on the flavor of it. Thus, let's try to make up for earlier when I was very sad about everything and say some fun, celebratory things about Gura. Gura, what an inspiration, truly. The number of people I've seen saying that Gura was the reason that they got into VTubing, became VTubers, is numerous. There were people I know who did not know anything about VTubers and they knew Gawr Gura. She was at Dodger Stadium. That did happen. Gura meant a lot to a lot of people, and that cannot be taken away from you. Even as she moves on to better things, even if that's never showing up in the spotlight again, I would respect that. And all that time we had together is still there. It is still in our hearts. Just remember that if you're sad about this announcement, that means that you care. And caring can never be a bad thing. Her moving on does not take your memories with her. As our Oshis leave whatever form they're in, be happy with them. Be ready to move on with them. Shit, I said I wasn't gonna make this part sad. Okay, rewind. I still remember Gura's debut. I still remember watching it. I still remember hearing that first. And as I said in my first Hololive lore video, which was years ago now, which is even more terrifying to think about, I love sharks. I love sharks, and so there was something about Gura that was instantly like, fuck yeah, sharks. And I stand by that. While it may now be Ash again, whenever I thought about Gura singing, the first thing that always came to my mind was her singing Ride on Time in that debut. She hit all the points. She was killing it, and it's easy to see why everyone loved her. And so as I am trying desperately to drink this slower, I want to say thank you, Gura, again. Thank you for everything that you have done, everything that you have meant to so many people. I hope you get to find some rest and peace in the future because you very much deserve it, and we will always owe you a huge debt of gratitude. Hey, real quick, since there's no good way to transition out of that, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, do all of the YouTube things. God, this feels so tone deaf. And I would also really appreciate it if you considered becoming a member, where you will get early videos, extended videos, extra videos, access to all of my stream VODs, as well as the exclusive SteveSekai cocktail guide, which is just about all of the recipes that I've made on camera, as well as several that I've made off camera. I try very hard to make it worth your while, so I would really appreciate it if you consider doing so. And now, let's get moomin'. Hi there. I'm still in the second recording session, because as you're about to see, when I originally started the Mumei section, this cup was almost empty. And by the time I finished it, let's just say other cups were almost empty. And so, with a sober hindsight, I realized that I kind of didn't say a lot about Mumei herself. And I feel bad about that, because clearly, I like Mumei. I just ended up talking about the ideas behind the drink, which is probably why you're here to begin with. She is hilarious. I love A New Start. That song is a very specific style that I crave all the time and have not been able to find a lot of. Mumei, the song, is also gorgeous and beautiful and makes me tear up. It's not a phase. It's fucking hilarious while also being a banger. I think she's hilarious. I love every time a clip showed up on my feed. I'm sorry, I just don't watch a lot of live streams, if I'm being honest. I think that's the first time I've admitted that in a video. So There's just something about hearing that
Oh, hi.
that lights something up in my brain. And clearly, it lit up the brains of a lot of other people. And this next drink is really focused a lot on her original design and the whole civilization aspect. I've always loved the emo design too. I think that one's great. When I first recorded this, I said I was trying to keep these videos shorter. I'm not doing that anymore, I guess. All right, I'm getting into the Grenadine part of this, which means I need to stop talking and just let you enjoy past me. I am most of the way through an extra strong margarita, which can only mean one thing. It's time for our next drink. This drink for Mumei is an idea that I have had sitting in the back of my mind for so long, and while I am sad that this is the reason I'm finally making it, I am very excited for what it is because I think I have come up with a very fun idea to finally pull it off. Nanashi Mumei is the embodiment of civilization, of human accomplishment and achievement, and I've always loved that. I've loved that idea. I think it is so fascinating. And so when thinking of a drink for Mumei, I always knew that it had to be one thing, the old-fashioned. Because, as the name implies, it is mostly a correct adaptation of what a cocktail, the original cocktail, used to be, but it's also wrong because humans are dumb and weird and we get shit wrong all the time. So we're gonna make an old-fashioned even more wrong because that's what humans do. We make things that sound good and feel good and will be good. We persist, and that's civilization. That is what I love about Mumei as an idea. And from there, I think about Mumei and I think about the entire color scheme and everything about her design. There's just something in my mind that brings me to this point every time I think about it because it also feels like such a perfect natural encapsulation of human ingenuity, and that is s'mores. S'mores are, I don't know, it's just so perfectly human. It is such a perfect example of our accomplishments. It requires a contained fire. It requires marshmallows. I don't even fucking know what a marshmallow is, but chocolate and graham crackers is just such a perfect embodiment of human history, all wrapped up into one very tasty treat, just like a cocktail is. And so, this is the Nanashi Mumei, an idea that I have had for far too long, and I think it's gonna be really fucking good, if I'm just being honest with you. And it was such a weird ideal that I didn't want to do until I could get it right. And the fact that this kind of forced my hand, I had to sit there, I had to think about it, and I was trying to find ways around doing certain things. None of it worked out that way, and so I had to do it right. And this is what I came up with. So, first of all, there is no ice in here. We're gonna do a little dry shake first, just in case. I don't know if that will help, but I'm hoping it does for the end part. We're gonna start with 2 ounces of this here RD1 Oak and Maple Barrel finished bourbon. Why is this so zoomed out? I'm a big fan of RD1's different finishes. Their regular bourbon is fine, but the Amberana wood, their French oak is pretty good. This one is really good. I mean, it tastes a little bit of maple, that maple syrup, but with the oak, it also kind of brings it into that campfire s'mores aesthetic. Can you say aesthetic for taste? I don't know, I'm gonna say aesthetic. Campfire aesthetic. Next up, we are gonna bust out some Buffalo Trace bourbon cream. Other bourbon creams are available. I don't know if they taste as good. I haven't had them, but I've had this one, and it is tasty. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a little stronger than your average old-fashioned, obviously. We're gonna put in, I want this to foam up. We're gonna start with half an ounce of this bourbon cream. That is subject to change. That will also kind of bring the color that we want. And lastly, the thing that I had to make, the thing that I could not find a way around, this here is a toasted marshmallow simple syrup. It is so gosh darn good. I know I shouldn't just drink straight simple syrup, but you see how low this is, so oh my god. It just tastes like a toasted marshmallow. This requires a full half ounce. This is a 1-to-1, so you're gonna want to use a little more than you usually would. I'm gonna give this a little dry shake. Hey, it is foaming up. Not for long though. I'll go get some ice. Now we're gonna shake. I actually have a nice ball of ice this time, so that our old-fashioned looks fancy. Come on, give me that foam. Come on. Alright, it doesn't want to let me have that. Oh well, we'll do what I wanted to do anyway. Instead of dashes of bitters, I've got some Aztec chocolate bitters in here. I want to spray the top of it with them. I was hoping it would look toasted, like a marshmallow. You can just do dashes, it's fine. And last but not least, I really am human. I'm remembering how many things I forgot. I was gonna do like a crushed, you know what, fine, we'll do it, hold on. Let's see if I can crush up one of these well enough. I always trust the drunk man with a hammer. Perfect, look at that. I don't know if using a lime is the best idea here, but we are going to do it. That's what I have here, and I know that will help it stick. There we go. A little bit of a crushed graham cracker ridge there. Put our drink back in here. I'm gonna sneak a little taste. Just a smidge more of this. S'more. Ha! Smidge more, s'more. Oh, that's good. We need to toast a marshmallow. Yeah, sure, stick it on like that. I don't have a toothpick, so. And just serve it with the Hershey's right there. I was gonna make a whole s'more to go with it, but I forgot. And it also would have been a lot of work, so. And there you have a nameless old-fashioned. Shit, man. Following that up with the chocolate, I mean, that is delicious. It is creamy. It is boozy in a very fun way. It's not too strong boozy. It's just like Christmas time boozy. With the marshmallow on the nose and the graham cracker rim. That is really tasty. Oh, that is a summer or a winter cocktail. The two times you'd want to have that kind of toasty, creamy flavor, that nice marshmallowy deliciousness, like hot chocolate in the winter or a s'more in the summer. This is gonna fit perfectly at either time. I love a good marshmallow. I really wanted that foam head, which is why I use so much of the bourbon cream. Maybe you could cut it down. I think it might be a little better if you cut it down. So maybe do a little less of that, like a 1/4 ounce, because I guess you're not getting the foam out of it. I kind of want to see if I can't make it a little better. We're just gonna do this straight in the glass because we're kind of winging it. You know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna eyeball it. About 2 ounces, just a splash of the bourbon cream. I still want that flavor in there. 2 dashes of the chocolate bitters. Probably a lot more than I was getting with the sprays, which will help. A little bit of that. Probably about 1/2 ounce, maybe. I don't know. It's now all over my hand. Survey says, holy shit, that's a lot better. It might be a little less s'mores-esque. There's a little bit more of the maple in there, which I don't mind. I think that's really good. That was an awesome idea I just had. Shit, that's really good. That's the drink you should make. Here's a recipe. You should make that one. The bourbon cream obviously isn't adding to the s'moresiness of it, but it's adding to the vibe. You know what I mean? Bringing it into the sensation that you would rather have. I think if you took it out and you were like, this is just a s'mores old-fashioned. It's things that kind of taste like s'mores in there. It'd be fine, but that bourbon cream really brings something to it. It brings this smoothness, this nice creaminess that makes it a point in time, if that makes any sense. Probably not. Obviously, it's adding to the color to make it kind of a little more Mumei-esque, that nice light brown. If you were to take it out, the maple would be too strong. I think the maple would take away from the chocolate and the toasted marshmallow syrup. I don't think they'd be able to stand out as much, but the cream tames the bourbon enough. There's something weirdly, what's doing it? One of those things is kind of becoming orangey, and I can't tell what it is. Is it the bourbon cream or the bitters? Might be a combination of both. The two of them working in tandem alongside that maple make it kind of orangey, which then harkens back to a proper old-fashioned, having that orange peel, that little dash of orange in there. Fuck, it's really good. Every time I take that sip, I remember. Let me get the graham cracker. Hats off to Nanashi Mumei and this old-fashioned. I mean, it reminds me of being a human. I fucked it up. I winged it. I made something really incredible. In my opinion, obviously. My humble opinion. As I say, it's really incredible. I'm very humble while also being way too braggadocious about it. It's things that humans did. It is fucking alcohol. It's chocolate. It's marshmallows. It's graham crackers. That is the embodiment of human achievement. I probably sound like a fucking crazy person, but I believe so strongly in the beauty of a cocktail, in the beauty of the human spirit, of the beauty of a human achievement, of what we have done on this tiny little fucking planet. We have built societies. We've built skyscrapers that touch the sky. We have flown into and beyond. We made whatever the fuck a marshmallow is. We turned beans into chocolate. We turned it into coffee. We turned wheat into graham crackers, into bread, to be human is to be in a long lineage of shocking achievement, and that will not make a drop in history because I am not that important of a person. But in this moment, in this basement, this, to me, is civilization. It is who we are. The people so strong, so determined to make something so powerful that we constituted an avatar of our own amongst the deities to represent all of natural life and time and space and chaos. Civilization! We are humans. We fuck up, but at the end of the day, we can make something truly incredible. Alright, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I loved making it, maybe a little too much. This was a joy to do. Thank you, Gura and Mumei, for the years of your lives that you gave to entertaining us and putting smiles on our faces. I wanted to just do my best to show my appreciation for that and to show in my own drunken, twisted way what that has meant to all of us. This is hard to say and to talk about. This is a melancholic video, to say the very least, but I think it says a lot that I had so much fun doing it, that it still puts a smile on my face. To think about these drinks, to think about what Mumei and Gura have done for us. It makes me sad that I didn't do this for some of the other people who have graduated, but gosh darn, did I not have so much fun recording this. So thank you again for everything. And thank you, the viewer, for letting me get drunk on camera and somehow pretend like it's doing something for someone. Now I'm getting emotional. Anyways, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all of the YouTube things. Please don't forget to share this with everybody you know who loves Mumei, who loves Gura, who loves Hololive, who loves cocktails, everything I said before, all the stuff I said about becoming a member. I tried very hard to make it worth your while, so I would really appreciate it if you consider doing so. But if you can't, that's fine. Just liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing are all very much appreciated. And if this video should leave you with anything, I want it to be that we are all people, and no matter what happens, we will never lose that connection. People may leave us. They may come back looking completely different when they do. But at the end of the day, they might not. And so what we can do is to see them off with love and kindness in our hearts, hope for them for the best in their future, and to say thank you for everything that they've done for us, and celebrate the time that we had with them, the time we may have with them in the future. But in the end, never forgetting to appreciate who and what we have in the moment, and showing that appreciation whenever and however we can. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.